What's up? Welcome, guys, to another edition of Stone, Sloshed, and Sober, backed by popular demand. Today we are in the writers' room. These are the writers that we work with, and much obliged. Pat, one of your favorite comedians. We have Max here, who you haven't got to meet yet. And today's a very special edition for me personally because we are going to go ahead and review something that I think is a New York staple. A lot of people look at pizza as the staple for New York, but really what I feel like good halal food, which you can find any street corner. There's good, there's bad, there's such a wide array. Like I just had some, what was that? Wednesday in Midtown, and it was awful. It was actually right before we saw the movie.
Oh, yeah?
And it was really, really bad. But I'm excited because for today we're going to one of my favorite halal spots that's locally here, Green Basket. It's a deli, but it's probably some of the best halal food that I've ever gotten. But I want to go ahead and check in first with Pat here. Pat, have you ever done the halal food thing yet? I know new to New York, all of that. Have you experienced the carts?
I have not gotten it off of a cart, but I have gotten it at the Green Basket. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I was like, I'll have some chicken over rice, and then he was just like, just so much stuff went in, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. So I got scared.
Did you not eat it, or?
I tried it. I don't know if I loved it.
Oh, well, we're about
Which is why we got the sauce on the side.
There you go. So now we're going to go ahead and do, by Pat's request, all the sauce on the side. Anybody who's a real New Yorker knows you do lots of white sauce, a little bit of hot sauce. Every different cart has different types of sauces that they coin, different rices that they do. But let's go ahead and direct the same question over to my man Max over here. I know you've been here for a while. I'm sure you've had to have done a couple halal carts. Do you have a favorite one in the city?
I mean, there are two. I mean, the halal guys. I mean, obviously that is a name brand at this point.
Yeah.
And you can rely upon them. I have not been to one that is any better or any worse than the other. They're all just reliable. And also, if you work in or nearby the financial district, you're across from One Liberty Plaza, where Zakati Park is. There is look for the red colored cart.
Okay.
It's got a lot of Indian spices. It's always the longest line out of all the four carts that are there.
That's how you know it's good.
That's how you know it's good, and it is top notch.
Nice. So, you know, we usually look at price point for most halal food, or for all the different delivery that we do so far. One of the things that I love about halal food is you can pretty much count on it being the same price unless you're somewhere like weird uptown or you look like a tourist, but pretty much consistently you're going to get like $6 for your chicken over rice.
Yeah.
Your falafel over rice is going to be 6 or 7. Your lamb over rice is going to be 6 or 7, which is just like a great price point. And if you're a smart eater, this is 2 meals for you right here. So this is like $3 a meal if you split it up. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the review as far as like time it took, the delivery guys. The guys who work over at Green Basket are amazing. I highly recommend that spot. They do great sandwiches and stuff too. They have a whole big array of like all the way from the cheapest snacks to like organic crazy stuff. You can tell the neighborhood is being gentrified right now, and it's so real. And then also they always cook everything up super fast. Everything's fresh chicken breast. It starts off raw. They cook it right in front of you. It's really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look. All of us, we've all seen the halal before. What do you guys feel about the presentation and you know, how it looks before we dive into the meals? We'll go ahead and pass these around. Right here we got our lamb over rice. I'll pass this over to Pat over here. Then we have our chicken over rice, the classic. This is what I usually go with. Pass this over to Max. And then lastly, we have our falafel over rice for all you vegetarians. We still got options for you. I'll go ahead and pass this over to you real quick. Check it out.
I don't know what falafel is.
Chickpeas.
Oh. How have I made it to 29 without knowing what falafel is?
He spent time in the Middle East, too.
I did spend time in the Middle East. Boy, I just don't listen, huh? Oof. That explains a lot.
I mean, this is my first time having it at Green Basket, so I feel like the advantage of it, seeing it cooked fresh in front of you, is always a good sign. I'm excited. I mean, because a lot of people who work around here, a lot of people who work around the studio, they live and die by this stuff. So it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm excited to try falafel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. So we're definitely going to have to dish Pat out falafel first. Real quick, what do you think as far as the presentation goes?
It looks like food.
Looks like food.
It looks like food.
Doesn't look gross.
It looks like food that, you know, is, you know, made with love. You know, like it's not just thrown in one place. It's just, you know, evenly distributed. There is clearly a consistency with portions.
This is true. I like that.
I am looking forward to this.
All right, so let's go ahead and dish these out real quick. I'm going to go ahead and start Pat off with the falafel.
Give me some forks.
They gave us a plethora of forks. I think they thought we were off ordering up for like 10 people. So I've tried every one except for the lamb. So I'm usually kind of afraid of lamb. I'm going to go ahead and dive into this one first so I can give you guys an honest new opinion.
I'm going to go with the chicken because that was closest to me.
There you go.
We got chicken.
Here we
got
go.
Some yellow rice. I
Give me
like
some
it.
of that sauce. I'm gonna dip.
Get some of that tomato in there.
Get a little tomato. You got to get...
Wait, is there dairy in
Dairy.
this?
What?
Not yet.
No, the white sauce.
I'm going to assume so. It's white.
I don't want it.
How about this hot sauce? Do you do
I
spicy?
super don't want that. I'm going dry.
Look at this. Look at how much. So I was like, yo, guys, let me get some sauce on the side. They went ahead and gave us smoothie-sized things of sauce, which I got mad respect for you, Green Basket. I thought they were going to give us a whole bunch of the tiny ones.
They went ahead and just gave us a smoothie full of white sauce. Just don't chug it.
Pat's about to go, and let's get Pat's first reaction shot of falafel.
Get ready. It's about to be epic. That's pretty good.
See? Hey!
He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Here, I'll
This
take
is
Different. Yeah, have some
vegetarian?
red sauce.
Did you say what? Chickpeas?
chickpeas.
Man, people make chickpeas and everything. Like,
Chickpeas
isn't
are
that
all right.
what hummus is?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's definitely that in there.
This hot sauce
This
is
is like better
legendary,
hummus.
actually. I feel like you should just do a little, just dip your fork in. Just do a little fork, like tip of your fork. There you go. The hot sauce is legendary.
The-
I want to now. I know Max is about to dive in. First Green Basket experience. Everybody here over at the gallery raves about this place, myself included. So I want to see
See it
what
all
the
the
what the
time.
pro over here thinks.
Let's see. You know, something about getting halal food is that it's very easy to find bland halal food, and this is not bland at all. With a little bit of hot sauce, good amount of white sauce, this is great.
I also want to point out here real quick that Pat was so uncertain about the hot sauce, and he went ahead and dipped a little bit more on his plate. And that, for me, is what really makes a difference for a halal place. The hot sauce and the white sauce is everything, along with the rice mixture.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and dive in for my first lamb experience from this place. I've done everything else off the menu so far. Wow. That is amazing.
You notice Ricky motioned back a couple times, and that shows you that he is just blown away by how good this is.
It almost knocked me off my seat. So I'll be honest, excuse me, the
Which one's that?
lamb never looks that great. This one right here. You want to hit that one
Let me
next?
try some lamb.
Yeah. You know, it never looks that great when you look at it to buy it. And this is just like, it's the perfect amount of salty. It's got a lot of flavor popping out. I mean, this is...
I'm gonna go in for the lamb. Here we go.
All right, Pat's going in for the lamb.
Oh, we got one more. It's pretty good. All right, so that
Just
about
to
the last thing.
prove-
But
Just to
I have no
prove
complaints.
I'm a good sport, I'm gonna have some lamb
This is
too.
rare for me.
Hey, you are a good sport. I don't know if y'all were able to check into our last video. I'm sure you can check it down in our video library. We did tacos, and for whatever reason, every time, we've done a couple pilots of this show trying to prep for it. Every single time we've ever done Mexican food of any sort,
Let me get the chicken.
bam, we've always just failed, and it's been miserable. And I'm glad to see that Pat is approving of this right now. One of the things, too, that I love about halal food, and especially with this show right here, is I feel like halal is the perfect drunk food. I feel like it's the perfect high food. I wouldn't know, but I hear things about that.
I've heard about the marijuanas.
So now that everybody's went ahead and been able to dive into almost every dish right now, we'll wait for Pat to go ahead and,
Try the
and
chicken.
finish
I'm doing
off his
that.
chicken real quick.
Yeah. If somebody could pass me that falafel real quick so I can get the trifecta.
All right, going for this chicken.
I'm going to go ahead and scam on a little bit of this falafel real quick.
By the way, really common thing with a lot of halal food is really just dried out or overcooked rice.
Oh my God, this is so real.
And this is, again, just completely obliterating the competition because this is fresh rice. It's good. I'm about to try some falafel.
All All right, so now, Pat, you tried the chicken.
Yeah.
You did the falafel. You did the lamb. I want you to let me know taste, texture, seasoning, soggy, dry, beautiful, whatever. How do you feel about it?
It's all really well prepared. Like none of it is gross. A lot of the time, the food we eat is pretty gross.
Yeah.
This I have no complaints. Hot sauce is good. The rice is like spongy and not dry or overcooked. The chicken is like a little bit seasoned with spice. It's nice, got a little kick to it. I know you're kind of overpowering it with the hot sauce, but I think the chicken on its own, and it's still great. Like they're all using the white sauce and the hot sauce. I'm not. I still think it tastes really good.
Purist over here. We got a purist. Now let me ask you, Pat, does this make you want to go back to the Middle East and try halal food?
No, they were pretty unwelcoming. Maybe just that bit.
To be honest,
Might have been what I was wearing.
the falafel feels a little drier than I'm used to.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe I'm alone in that. It does taste really, really good. It's not too dry, but there's just a hint of it that I'm just like, I don't know. I'm also a few beers deep. So maybe my direction is a little influenced. We'll see.
I'll be honest, I'm gonna kind of co-sign you on this. Usually when I do the falafel, it's drenched in the white sauce and the hot sauce already, so it has time to sponge up.
Fair enough.
A lot of that, so it usually does that. But having it before, without it, like virgin, where it hasn't been sitting in that sauce for at least a good 10 minutes while you get it over here, whatever, it usually is a little bit soggier, which is maybe why they do it that way, so that it stays a little crispy with the sauces.
That's true, and I'm all for that too. So maybe I need to be a little bit kinder. Also, we're dealing with some really tender cuts of meat here, and maybe I'm just getting spoiled by that. Who knows? I don't know. It's pretty solid overall, though.
I like falafels. I'm just gonna say it.
You do?
I do.
Good.
I never understood. I've heard the term, obviously, like through my whole life. I always just assumed it was like some sort of Middle Eastern taco, like some sort of.
You're not far off.
I just heard falafel. I don't know. I thought of a burrito, I guess.
I thought of waffles the first time I heard it.
But yeah, that's too close.
I'll be honest. I don't know how many of our viewers out there have had falafels before. I mean, it's green. It's got this weird texture. When I first saw falafels, I was not sure if this was going to be something for me. I'm pretty sure I denied it the first couple times it offered to me, but it's a good delicacy. And like you said, so you think of tacos, one of the nice things about all halal food is you can be prepared either over rice, you're getting like the big meal, that's your dinner meal right there, or you get it in a pita, which is kind of like your lunchtime snack on the go, very New York vibe type of thing. I'll say for my review of this place, I think the hot sauce, for me, one of my favorites. Amazing hot sauce,
really
just
good.
the right amount of spicy. There's another place over on St. Mark's. I might give them a shout out if they ever give us free food, but they have probably the best hot sauce I've ever had. I think the white sauce is pretty average for me. I think the meat is what really makes it for me. Mm-hmm. One thing I will say that they're kind of lacking in with other halal places, and I'm not necessarily mad, I think it's a personal opinion thing, is the rice. I feel like some halal places really season their rice, like the halal guys. They have a bunch of different options of rice. It's a really overpowering like flavor with a lot of the rices they have. This one is good, but it kind of lets the meat shine, which I'm not necessarily mad at.
Not at all.
All right, do you guys have any last thoughts on the food? Any revelations, Pat?
Probably gonna have falafel again.
Good.
Is it good for you? Probably not.
It's fried, so
Yeah, I was
it's
thinking,
questionable.
It tastes too good to be healthy.
I'm gonna have some more of the lamb because I think that lamb is not something that I've ever been a huge fan of, but this lamb in particular, this has sort of converted me. So I'm gonna have a little bit more of that.
I'll be honest, like I said, I've been scarred because I've seen it, and like especially in their display, it's never looking super appetizing for me, and I'm just like I'm kind of blown away by how good it is, and I'm awesome. So if those are our last thoughts, I want to go ahead and ask you guys, Pat, on a scale from 10 joints to 0 joints, how high would you need to be for this food?
Oh, I don't think you need to be high. It's very good.
Very good.
I am high, so I'm enjoying it even more. It's like there's nothing gross about it. A lot of the times when I get high, I'll like pick out little things and be like, oh, this texture is gross or this or that. This is great. Big fan. Way to go. Way to not suck. You nailed it.
I'm going to go ahead. Same question over here. So my boy Max. How do you feel on a 10 beers? You have to be 10 beers deep to eat this, or 0?
He's the sober one.
I'm the sober one, too. That's the scary part. How do you rate this food?
I mean, if I were 10 beers deep, I would be just not conscious at all, just because I'm a bit of a lightweight. However, I would, I love my halal food, sober or drunk, so this food is good even if I wasn't a few beers deep as I am. So I'm going to give it, it's 1 beer, if that's a good rating.
It's a good rating.
Then let's go with that. 1 beer. That's all it takes, if that.
You already know how I feel. I think this is one of the best halal places on the planet for me. I've had halal carts up, down, all over the place. And it's super close to the studio. It's my home base. We really appreciate you guys watching Stone Sloshed and Sober again. We have a ton of other episodes ready for you with a ton of different styles of food. If you have a place or a style of food that you want us to go ahead and try to review, just drop us a comment down there. We'll go ahead and do it. If you're a restaurant and you want us to rate your food, let us know. I'm going to order from them very secretly to not have a biased opinion. I know Pat, no matter what, will not.
Have an unbiased opinion? Mm-hmm. No, I'm going to be critical as hell.
Hell yeah. And that's why we love you, baby. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Drop us a comment.
Tell your friends.
All of them.
Upvote.
Upvote. Maybe you're from Venezuela. I don't know.
Yeah. Hi, other countries. What do you get out of this? Never mind.
Let us know that as well. Again, this is Stone Sloshed and Sober. We appreciate you guys for tuning in this week. We'll catch you on the next one.